guess I better stop the music. Alright, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and I will just stop that light and set it to one colour there. My name is Dexter. I hope that you're all doing fantastic. I am doing, I consider, reasonably good at the moment. And thank you very much for joining us. Where's the what's that? Where's the funny father, Ginger? I guess that would be me, and I am right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another technical problem broadcast. However, I am currently here by myself. It has been that long since we've done a live show that I'm assuming that this may be Chan. I'm not sure at the moment. But I think it's been that long since we've done a live show. Yes! It's been that long since we've done a live show. I'm guessing that you had to actually download some like updates and stuff there, was it?
No, I was just busy.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we are expecting Colin and Albert to be here at some point soon as well. Unfortunately, I'm just not sure when. Ooh, capture top moments. Apparently, I can now create a highlight of this video if I want. There we go. We're up to 7 people watching the stream already. Thank you very much, guys. It's a pleasure to have you all here.
Alright, we've peaked.
Yep, we have peaked. Peaked, like, about 2 minutes in, and this is normally where I peak, so, you know, yeah. Right. Is this the Spider's Den? Yes, indeed, Richie, it is the Spider's Den. I've done a little bit of work to try and make it hospitable. I have a little heater down by my feet so that I am not freezing to death. That is also why I'm wearing my plain jersey, because it is damn cold in here. I'm sitting beside a massive tank of water that is freezing. Yes. Well, actually, no. You see, now because I've got the heat on, because I've got this jersey on, I'm actually reasonably warm. Mind, my legs actually feel like they're burning because I'm that close to the heater, but you know. Right. So, who have we got here? We currently have Mr. Ben Rex. Thank you, Ben, for dropping in. We have, we've got Ben Johnson as well. There's also Richie Wong. Colin. Colin is actually here in the chat. Colin, put the Ben to bed and get on stream. Ghost, we also have Ghost here as well. Thank you very much for dropping in, guys. And to those of you that aren't actually chatting in the chat section, thank you for being here too. Right, so, first off, Mr. Chandy Man, how are you doing? I think we've lost him.
Yeah, not bad.
Fantastic. And have you got...
I'm still sore.
Yeah, did you see your thumb or your bum? Because I did warn you about that strap that your lass was getting.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yes. No, for those that may not know, Chandy Man nearly cut his thumb off at work. Yes. So anyway, Chandy Man, what have you got that you would like to share with this week? Have you got anything exciting? Have you got anything that you would like to put up on stream?
Let's think.
Got that much going on, you don't know what you've got going on.
It's also...
It's all what?
Got some little bits of laser.
Nice.
I did some LPR pistons for the Planet Eclipse.
The what, sorry?
LPR pistons for the Planet Dart autococker LPRs.
Nice one, nice one.
Which also work the same in Tech Tooth.
Right.
And the Eagle Flag. What else? I've been working on Gavwin custom EMAC.
Cool, cool.
Another Star Wars inspired one.
Yeah. You seem to be getting a lot of work out of mechs.
Yes. Everything is EMAX.
Well, you know what it is? I think, in a way, it's the EMAC has done Planet a world of good and also massive amounts of harm. Because everyone loves the EMAC. the EMEC was designed to be a rental marker. Or at least it was meant to be like a sort of a low to mid-range marker that could also be used in the rental market. And people love it so much they're not buying Planet Tire and stuff. That is a testament to quality. That when your bad thing is that good, nobody's buying the good thing. I mean, obviously, I'm being hyperbolic. People are buying the good thing.
Well, I think with them having both obviously for the likes of the 170R and now they've got the mech frame for the CS2.
Yeah.
I think it's just they've got a diverse product range that suits a lot of people's different affordability.
Yes.
And then there's obviously the weird people that go and buy the cheapest one and then throw a load of money at it to have something custom.
Chan, you can't call your... Actually, no, you can call your customers weird. We're all weird. We play paintball, we shoot each other for fun.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
you can't deny that, can you?
I don't own a 170 or a CS2. I've got an EMEC, which done loads of shit to.
Yeah. Well, I would have more than happily kept that EMEC that I had, but unfortunately I kind of had to give it back to Nicky T. I mean, you know...
I wouldn't have said no. I wouldn't have told on you. I would have just backed you up saying, "Oh, it disappeared."
Well, I think he would have realised when he saw us still using it, but you know. No, it's an entirely new one. This pauper went out and bought something.
Well, no. What I could have done was I could have modified it to put all the internals inside an ion body.
Can you do that?
So it would have looked. Probably.
Then why aren't you?
Chan, shit.
Chan, your job now. You now have to go and put an EMEC inside of an ion just to piss off so many people. You've got to do that.
Well, because nobody likes smart parts.
But it wouldn't be an ion. It would be an EMEC.
It would look like an ion.
It would look like an ion. But that would be what would piss so many people off. Yeah, Colin says he resembles that weird remark. Yeah, Colin, like I said.
Well, if anybody wants to fund an EMEC Ion project, I'm happy to build them an Ion-looking EMEC.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to that's exactly it. Well, I mean... I wouldn't necessarily say it was a sleeper ion ghost, but you know, it's not far off. It kinda is.
No, I would call it a sleeper ion. Planet Eclipse internals inside an ion body. That's a sleeper. That's like drop an LS7V8 into a box or box.
Well, no. I mean, it has actually just made us think. Did you see the video of the guy that put an airsoft gun inside of an ion? And then turned up to an airsoft game using... He'd even modified the hopper to take BBs. And it was pissing off. Like, he was running around playing airsoft with effectively a paintball gun. I mean, I suppose it is just a micro switch inside the trigger, so you swap that for airsoft internals. Yeah, I mean, he had an airsoft gun that looked like a paintball gun. Yeah.
I think my favourite one's the Super Soaker that's got on it.
I haven't seen a modded Super Soaker yet. I haven't seen that one.
It's quite a popular one. It's like a blue and orange looking Super Soaker.
Yeah. Cool. I may have to check that out. Right, going back in the comments a little bit, Ghost did ask before there, would you be able to make custom blocks for the TPX?
Custom blocks? You mean breach blocks?
I'm assuming he means the breach blocks, yes. Ghost, could you give some clarification on that?
All depends whether... Well, to be honest, I could do both of the breach block and the barrel guide.
Yeah.
The one bit of metal you can see on a TPX from the outside.
Yeah.
It's got TP lasered on.
Yeah. The barrel block.
Because I know Lapco do one of those, which has got a couple of threaded holes in, so you can bolt on a bolt Picatinny rail on.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is what I use to do my Han Solo DL4.
Ah, right. Yes, he does. He means the barrel shroud. So yes, you could do custom barrel shrouds. Yeah. I mean, I know that you're doing lasering now as well, so and engraving. So I suppose you can even do that on a stock one, as a bare minimum sort of thing.
That is dope.
Champion.
Right.
So there you go. There you go, Ghost. Yes, that's your question answered. Right then. So I guess I will do the stuff that I have. Well, to be honest, I caught myself a little bit off guard this week. I hadn't even really planned on streaming, and I thought, you know what it is? It's been quite a while. So I originally said I was only going to take 2 weeks off, and then I think it's been about 2 months since I last streamed. So I decided I was going to get up here, and I was actually going to start streaming again. So I think it was Monday, possibly yesterday. I posted up on UK Paintball asking what games were going on this weekend, and I said I would share them out, as I used to. Unfortunately, I haven't given myself enough time, and I haven't got them all into the description, which will be down below for you guys, so I will try and find more information and add this in before this weekend, so that if you want to check any of these games out, you can find information on them. However, if you go over to Facebook, once I mention things, you should be able to find more information from there if you just want to go hunting on your own. So, Chan, if you just want to give us just a moment, I'll call these out. So, there's the Skirmish Pro Training, Winter's 3-man series, is the final round, which is round 4. Thank you, Lucia Wood, for giving us the information on that one. There's the UK Woodland Masters, round 1 at Hollenbush. Thank you, Peter Brosnia, for that one. There is a walk-on and team recruitment at On Target Games, Collington. Thank you, Martello. Unless I've misunderstood that one, I think it was previously postponed and then it's been moved back to this weekend because of the storms. If I've got that the wrong way around, please somebody feel free to correct us, and I will give that a call out in the stream as we're going on. Next up, there is Mayhem Abridged walk-ons. There's a walk-on this Sunday at Mayhem. Thank you, Martin Lavender, for the information on that one. Combat Zone Lincoln has a walk-on this Sunday. Thank you, Nigel Dancy, and I believe that Colin, Albert, and Chan will be there if you want to go down and meet them. There is also a walk-on at Warzone Paintball. Thank you, Andy Ward, for that one. NPF Bassett's Pole has a walk-on this Sunday. Thank you, Kerry Mayo, for that one. And finally, Luke Williams is running a 3-hour gun skills session in Bristol. Unfortunately, I don't have any more information than that on that one. But if you are interested in anything, you can find the post on UK Paintball where I asked about these, and you can ask people in specific themselves. There is a couple of links currently in the description down below, however I'll add the rest in later. And also, I do also share this stuff out on my Facebook page as and when I see it, which has been kind of lacking over the past few weeks since I've been a bit busy. So yeah, Chan, have you got anything that you would like to add to that? No. Fair enough. Colin says that he does have a box of ion spares and an EMEC. Sorry, I'm not sure if I was going to be sick or hiccup there.
Oh well, looks like Colin wants
an ion EMEC. Yep.
iMech.
An iMech. Yes, I think it was Ben Rex posted that up earlier on, and yes, I actually think that's quite a good name, an iMech.
Did he? Oh,
you could launch it as you could.
I'm not even reading the comments section.
Are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone while working.
Well, that would make sense with you. You know, I think I think you'll probably stop working when you're dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. What was it? There was something else I was going to read out there. Ghost, unfortunately, I won't be down YPC this weekend. I am still currently on house arrest. I don't think I'll be getting out to play until probably, is it May?
Speed?
That is Speed Weekend. Yes.
Do loads of cocaine and go wild.
Yes, well, speed. But yes, I will be planning. Well, I'm planning on going down and playing Lancaster Leisure Speed Weekend. That will probably be my first time out this year. Unfortunately, money is tight at the moment with having the little one around. Did one, but yes. So, what else? Richie Wong says it's been the best 2 months ever. Thank you, Richie. Thank you very much for your support. Dr. Rush, yes, it has been a while. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is a pleasure to see you here. As Colin says, it is his birthday walk-on at Combat Zone. So yeah, guys, head down, go see him, and if you're lucky, maybe Colin will jump on you. He tends to jump on main Chan and stuff at events, so maybe he'll do the same to you if you're lucky. And Richie Wong says, yes, it is May for Speed. Colin says that Chan has to be dragged out of work kicking and screaming.
No.
Yeah, because you leave work, you go home, and you start working again.
No.
Yes.
No.
No. Right, yeah. I don't believe you.
No. Yeah, no. No. Yeah.
Yeah,
but no.
Yeah, but no, but. Yeah, no, but. No, but. Yeah, but. Ben says it's June.
What's June?
I have no idea. Colin says the little one, question mark. Richie Wong living with you. Oh god, that tickled us more than I expected it to. Oh, Colin though, everyone's little compared to you. Richie says happy 50th, Colin.
I thought you meant like Little Wong.
Yeah, that actually works as well, doesn't it?
I thought that's why you were laughing.
No, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh man. Richie says it's actually the beginning of June. It's I'm guessing that's June the 5th. So that gives us like another 4 months to pay for my ticket and pay for my accommodation with you guys. So yeah, I just need to start selling my arse for to pay for it.
I just have to do special favors in the cab.
In the hot tub.
Yep.
God, that hot tub is going to be rancid by the end of the weekend.
Disgusting.
Oh man. Right. So yes. Oh, I was gonna talk about something there, and it's totally slipped my mind. Yes. I have no idea. So, as a side note, how cool is my lighting? I can have a proper full-on rave in here now. I better actually turn that off. I didn't give a pre-warning in case anybody watching has epilepsy. So, but yes, I fitted some lights, and I'm actually, I mean, they're not fitted very well. It's literally just an LED strip, but you know, little things excite me. Oh god, I'm digging myself into a hole here, aren't I?
Stop talking.
Stop talking, dude. I do these live streams to talk.
Oh well.
Ben says he's not going to Euro big game, so we'll try and make Speed instead. Yeah, you should do, Ben. It's a good weekend. Normally we'll play on the airball field on the Saturday, and we'll get out into the woods on the Sunday and go round. And last year I shouted abuse at somebody and nearly had a fight. So, good evening there, Gassy. Thank you very much for dropping in. I must point out that I did feel really bad about that last year at Speed. Yeah. I normally get...
And we all took the mic.
I can't remember you taking the mic.
I says, and then we all took the mic.
Well, I mean,
About angry decks.
I get angry at most games, but you know, in my defense, I wasn't meaning it to come across like I wanted a fight, and I do feel guilty about that. Sometimes my anger just gets the best of us. No, honestly, I did. I regretted the way my behaviour at that game. I did feel like a complete twat nozzle. Anywho, Ghost, when Dex goes Raven and turns on Ginger mode. Yes, indeed, that was the situation. I can't even really deny it. I did throw a proper tantrum. Still on my body, so I'm not going then, according to Ben. Yes, that is indeed the case. Unfortunately, I think
That's a lie.
I think renting my body out would wouldn't make as much money. Maybe if I leave it to medical science.
That's a lie. Ben was all over Heroes.
Well, was all
Don't
over.
lie, Ben.
How? Was all over us at Heroes? Was I at Heroes? Oh, wasn't it Heroes?
Yes, you were.
Was I?
Yeah, you were.
Was I?
Because you were sitting on your little chair in the rain.
Oh,
yeah, you were.
Yes, I was at Heroes, wasn't I?
You were definitely at Heroes, Dave.
Yeah. Hello, Albert. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, he's gone. Never mind. Sure. Oh, there he is.
Albert, you're dropping in and out.
Already.
Well, at least it's not me for a change.
Well, Chan, you were a little bit earlier on, but you seem to have calmed down on the dropping in and out.
Alright, well.
Ghost, that is uncalled for. There's no wonder some people hate gingers.
Is that any better?
It's not too bad there, Albert.
I wonder why I'm dropping in and out.
I don't know, it could just be my bad computer.
Hear me now!
Hear me now! Colin says, imaginary baby to go with the imaginary dog. Again, Gassid said, is the baby imaginary as well, as you look far too awake to have a newborn? Well, say Gassy, I'm surviving on caffeine.
I'm seeing it.
Yes, actually, Chan has actually held my imaginary baby.
Did feel a bit plasticky, so I'm suspecting it might be a doll.
Yeah, it's just we just bought a doll, right, and stuck in one of those spiky vibrating things, and
Stop talking. No. That's your doll.
it was not indecent. It was not. It's just one of those toys that you buy. Christ, get your mind out of the gutter, Chan.
That any better?
Yeah, that's not too bad. It sounds like there's a bit of screaming going on in the background there, which I'm hoping is the dog.
It is the dog.
Woof, woof. Right. Well, enjoy the time with your girlfriend, Ghost. Have fun, and always wear protection. Right. So, guys, while I have been away from, while I've been a little bit preoccupied, while I've been a bit preoccupied, I haven't actually kept much of an eye on what's been going on lately. So really, it's up to you guys, and you guys that I'm listening to, you know, the voices in my head. It's up to you guys to inform me what's been going on lately. I have seen a few cool things over the past couple of days, because Paintball Extravaganza is going on, which there does look to be some really cool stuff. Gassy.
Mech.
What was that, sorry? I started speaking there and cut you off, I think.
The CS2 mech?
The CS2 mech. Yes.
Yeah.
I have seen that. Is it just a frame kit that they've brought out?
I think so, yeah.
They're being very sketchy about it. People saying it's just a frame kit.
Right.
Literally, it is a work, and still, in the works prototype, but
Right.
we decided to bring it extravaganza.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose it is the time of year when they can show stuff off, and they'll have probably brought the prototype along just to see if it is just in prototype stage. But they'll have probably brought it along specifically to see what people's response is to it, and depending on what that response is, then they might go, "Oh yeah, we're bringing it out properly," or they might just go, "No, it's to troll." Because obviously, I think as you've all seen over the past few days, Jack Woods does like to have a little bit of a troll.
Rejoice though. He had them all talking about because he wrote E-Blade and LV2 on the back of the paper. Yeah.
Well, was it? Did he not?
Hello.
Hello there, Colin. Thank you very much for joining us.
Someone just opened a door.
But
Oh, Albert's rat doing screaming on stream.
Right. Leave my dog alone. It is not
It's
so
not, Albert, it is not a dog. I nearly stepped on it thinking it was.
not a rat.
No, it's a mouse.
did he find it around the back of the local takeaway?
To be fair, it probably looks like a dog to Al.
It's like a pit bull to him.
Yeah. Same kind of football relative to it.
The only reason I think Pearl looks like a dog is because I'm that small that the Pearl looks like a pig to me.
Oh. Gassy says about Free Flow doing a joint project with Dye for pneumatics. It's now I do find that to be interested. I did see somebody, I think it was in one of the group chats I'm in, somebody shared a link about that, and that's kind of interesting because I mean it's
a shame that the PR the same as the old dial PR that looks like a lass's pocket vibrator.
Yes, true, yeah, but does this mean that Dye or maybe paying attention to the fact that there is actually a very big market for cockers and stuff? Is that a possibility?
I think, to be honest, it's just going to be a bit of a flash in the pan. They're going to do a little run of parts and make some money off it, and then
Probably. I mean, with Dye, they will probably be overpriced as well. So we've kind of got to expect that a little bit. But hey, the fact that they're doing parts is a good thing. Although, is it that they've done a new run? Well, I suppose, yeah, they're working with Free Flow, so it will be a new run and stuff, isn't it? It's not just going to be old stock, shiny, polished up.
Oh yeah, it's a new. The tool. Pretty much.
Gassy says there's a big market for.
No, I was just about to say exactly the same thing. Big market coming for people who can fix cocker.
Yeah. Northern Custom Works. You can find the link in the description down below.
I think at this rate, Chan's going to be going full time with Northern Custom Works.
Yes. Yeah. No, it is. I think he's probably pushing on having enough work to do that. Yes. Our Chinese man is all grown up and doing very well in business.
Alright, grand.
I'm not that old. Come on. Maybe he's like dad, but not granddad.
Yeah.
Where you're from, you could be a great granddad at your age.
Yeah, to be fair, I am getting a...
Not even.
If he can be a great granddad, great granddad.
No, I'm on about if there's.
Ben, if you want to know what the Discord is, if you go into one of the previous streams, there's normally there's a permalink in the description of the low energy live stream. There's a permalink in the description of those. You should be able to find it from there.
Can I not just send a link? I'm on the Discord now. Can I not just?
Yeah, if you want to do that, Albert, yeah, you definitely can.
Let's have a look.
Ghost, somebody give Dex a pistol again. Well, Ghost, I do still have my HDR 50, but I must admit, I am kind of going away from running pistols and stuff, and it's partly because it's partly to save money, and it's also partly to be, be all hippie and be environmentally friendly. I'm trying to go away from using 12 grams. Like I said, it's partly because I don't want the cost of having to buy extra 12 grams. It's also partly because my kit bag weighs an absolute ton when I'm carrying loads of CO2. It's actually going to be easier for us to just play using a small tank on my stock class Phantom, and so I suppose I won't be playing stock class anymore. I will technically be playing modified stock class, but it is what it is. Saves us a little bit of money. So I probably won't use my HDR50 for much longer. Although I must say, there's some cool stuff that's coming out for it at the minute. I did see that somebody has created. I'm not sure if it's a barrel adapter or an alternative barrel that you can swap out and swap in. It does mean dismantling the mark, as I understand it. And there is also the small underslung grenade launcher for it, which I do find them just really cool. They're just fun.
Speaking of pistols, have you seen the new?
I think we've lost you there, Colin. Lost you there, Colin.
Are you on about that one? Are you on about that one that looks like a World War I officer's room?
Yeah, the first strike.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. That thing, that was my first thought when I saw it. It looks like a World War I officer's pistol. And I like that. I do kind of like it.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's actually break barrel as well, so you've got the proper drum in it and everything. Yes. It's not just slipping a little disc inside like the HDR50 is. Having the proper drum in it, that you've got to break the barrel and load each round in properly. That's just cool. Yeah, the fact that it'll fire those first straight rounds as well. And it is also it's set to a more sort of acceptable velocity. I believe out of the box it comes standard shooting around about 290, is it?
Yeah, which is still higher than most UK scenario games allow.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's 50 cal.
Yeah, that's it. It's 50 cal. Even at that velocity, it's like knocking on 3. No, it's like 200 feet per second lower than the actual legal limit for 50 cal. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, and it'll take the 50 cal first straight rounds, which gives you a bit of extra range on top of normal 50 cal.
Sorry.
What have you done? You just broken something?
No, I'd bought a load of rubber soft tips for the front of Planet Eclipse bolts, and I misplaced them, but I found them.
Aha. Fair enough.
That's for another top secret mech project.
Fair dues.
For some soft tip bolts.
Chan, you can't say.
I think I'm just gonna mech with Chan for about a year.
Dex, I think Ben's in the station.
Ah, no worries. Right, let's just have a
Comes
look.
Up with new ideas.
Right. I wonder if I can just
yeah.
Comes up with new ideas.
Alright, so what you're asking
is,
you just want us to use it as a development marker.
Yeah.
Right, so you realise you probably never end up getting it back.
You know what actually I wonder about with that? It's like, if you were to actually give Colin if Colin was to give you his eMech and leave it with you for development and stuff like that, what are the chances that you're going to leave, he's going to leave that with you, you're going to do a whole load of stuff to it, and in a year's time, maybe 2 years' time, you'll open up a brand new eMech and compare it, and they'll both be the same?
I don't know.
Except mine will be in an ion body.
Right, guys. Sorry, Albert, you were going to say something?
Somebody in the staging area.
Yes, I believe that is Ben. All right. Should we move over to guests on air and we'll see if we can get Ben in?
Yeah.
Right, we'll move over to guests on air.
There goes the neighbourhood.
Right, let's see if this works. The first time I've done this, so Chan's in the wrong section. Ah, right. Let's just try this. Hello there, Ben. Oh, I think you guys might actually have push to talk on. I don't know if I can modify that on the fly. Edit channel. Permissions. Well, that'll be it. Right. Speak.
Yeah, the push to talk's definitely on.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I can change that.
And for some reason, Chan, Colin, and Ben are muted.
Right. I don't know why that would be. I'm just going to try.
I'm alright. Yes, I'm here.
Right.
No, maybe.
Ben's now gone.
Escape.
I'm here.
Right. I think you guys should be able to just talk freely now.
If we do it without push to talk being on.
Working? Not working?
I've left me push to talk on because I've got a lot of noise in the kitchen.
Yeah, I can't have it on voice activated with it in here.
Right.
I have to have it set to push to talk.
Ah, right.
Ben's back in the staging area.
Yeah. If he comes back into this one, he should be able to. There we go. Ben should be able to. You might need to unmute your microphone. I'm assuming that he can hear us and that we just can't hear him.
Yeah, well, I had to change it to push to talk to be able to unmute it.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't actually know what I've just done here.
That sounds about right.
Zach Dingle is in the chat.
Right. General permissions. I think I'll just change that back to what it was. Save changes and.
Gone again.
He's gone.
What's going on, Ben? Right. Albert, try clicking and.
You not just invite him to the other chat.
No, because that's like the proper private one that only admins can go in.
What do you want to do?
Can you not temporarily make him an admin?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could make him an admin, but
He's an admin on every other paintball page on Facebook, so I don't see why he can't be on here.
Yeah, I suppose.
True.
Rules, right. Oh, that's maybe why. Right, so he's now got permission to be on guests on air, so he can come into that himself now.
Why is he still muted though?
I don't know if he's maybe got himself muted. If he's trying to, if he might, depending on what he's got.
Mine was forcing I couldn't unmute my mic while I wasn't set to push to talk.
He says it's because every time I change settings, it kicks him out. Ben, you should have permission for just join the guests on air section yourself there now.
Looks like he's joined.
Hello, can
And
you
he's
let me
unmuted.
know?
Haha, yes, we can hear you.
Yay! Zach Dingle is alive.
That definitely goes in the neighbourhood.
How are you doing, man? How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Disappointed can't make EBG, but joys of having to be employed.
Yeah. It happens, man. It happens. So, but you're thinking of trying to get down to speed if you can.
Yeah, all depends if lovely German efficiency actually gets back to me whether or not I'm able to sell my ticket on or get a refund.
Yeah.
But I'm now 4 or 5 days away.
Yeah. Is that actually this weekend? Or is it next weekend? Or I don't actually know when Eurobig game is.
EVG's in May, isn't it?
Right.
It's just whether he can move his ticket on.
Yeah.
German efficiency isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, I can speak from personal experience. I work for a German company.
Well, you can't.
Chan run away.
Oh, have we lost Chan now? Have we?
Yep, we've lost Chan.
And I'll just drag him back in here. There we go. He has no free will in this area.
I'm just getting a sore thumb because I've got to keep pressing the push to talk button.
No,
How do you use your thumb then if you're getting a sore thumb from tapping a screen?
Well, you see, Ben. Unfortunately,
just keep pressing it.
A couple of our members, a couple of members of the technical problem broadcast, for some reason, do it from their phones.
Yeah, well, the reason I do it from my phone is the fact that my laptop is
older than Dexter's.
Yeah, it's considerably older than Dexter's because it's running Windows XP.
Yeah.
But still 1/3 the age of Albert or less.
Right.
It's probably about the quarter of the age of Albert.
Ooh.
Shut up, Grandad. Your birthday again.
Put it this way, I'm 31 this year and I got my laptop when I was 16.
Bloody hell, it's nearly as old as mine.
Yeah,
Other way
antique.
around. I meant mine's nearly as old as yours. So Lincoln only has 56k dial-up.
Yeah, but it's your internet connection that's old. It's not your laptop.
No, it's the other way around. I keep telling people this and no one listens. Everyone just says that it's my internet. I am not on McDonald's Wi-Fi. It's Burger King.
The big action numbers are not great.
Is the phone line bigger in Burger King as well as the burgers?
Yeah. Nah, even then, that's a lie. It's actually the KFC down the road. I got McDonald's that way and KFC that way.
Forget you were at Heroes versus Villains.
At the minute, I can barely remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
Caffeine, all the caffeine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm, and the worst thing is that I'm trying to reduce how much caffeine and sugar and stuff I take, and this is possibly the worst moment in my life to try and decide to cut down on those things.
Well, that was a bit of a silly move.
Yeah. Well, come on. There's a lot of people that would say me having a child is a silly move.
Don't replace caffeine with kebabs.
I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
Colin Bassey's saying he's going to get the sniper lasered by Chan.
Nice.
Oh.
Who's gonna what?
Gassy.
Gassy's thinking of getting his sniper lasered with you.
Yes. Well, I think you.
All right,
in fact, all of you guys will have seen that image that Chan posted up on on the private page earlier on. So I'm assuming that Gassy might actually want that on it.
Yes, he was asking about the if it would fit on the CVO as well.
Yeah. I think you'd probably have to reduce the size of it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you would have to scale it. Right, while
You're
we're...
not thinking about getting the sniper off Gassy, are you, Colin?
No, not the minute.
Yeah, Gassy says yes.
This is yes?
So I'm assuming it must be that image, yes. Yes.
I've been sitting talking away, like, about this conversation, and then realised I've got pushed to talk on.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm just holding the button constantly just so I don't forget.
So I was like, well, everybody's just ignoring. It's fine.
Yeah, well, that was the same as why answering me, and then I realised I'm just talking to the screen.
Edit channel. I am wondering. Actually, I must be able to use. I must be able to change this to, so that people can just talk in it if they want to. Use voice activity.
Start changing.
There we go. Right. So you just won't need to use push to talk there now.
Are you sure?
So there you go.
I like flicking the button though.
Hey.
But So yes, right.
Dex did not potatoed it.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm getting better.
Hey, I've now got my thumb. I'm back.
Champion. Right. What
are we talking about?
What we're talking about? Well, I was going to say, while we have a brief moment.
Fast-firing mechs.
Yes, actually, that was the plan to talk about the next. Yeah.
Yes, this subject spans from there being a lot of chatter over following a Deadly Wind release of the new hair trim for E-mechs and M170Rs and well, I think that's it. People say, "Oh no, it's starting the FPS, the BPS wars of the early '90s."
You see,
arms race all over again.
Yeah, that's the opinion that I'm on. As much as I can't say I'm against it, but I'm not exactly for it either. I think, you know, at one time, like there was things like response to if we're looking at things like what the hell's the tournament called now? The GCC or the I can't remember what the American one is, the ICC.
Not the GCC no more. It is the European Classic.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, but it's basically the same rules.
Yeah.
You know, they've banned response triggers. They've banned double triggered. Like if you're not actually tripping a seer. They've got certain rules and regs on.
It's solenoid only. It's single trigger only.
Yeah. So I can, they've got rules in place, and then So to get a high rate of fire, you had to either be able to walk a single trigger, that like quite a heavy single trigger, but then of course you've had like the banger switches being brought out.
I can do that.
And yes, we know. But
to be fair, you can as well.
Well, the fastest way that I can get a high rate of fire on a single trigger frame is to fan it.
Nah.
No, it's not.
I'm not being funny, but out of the four of us here, you're the only one who got pulled for fire rate at the GCC.
True.
No, I did as well.
Yeah. Well, that is.
But he's the only one. He's the only one who bragged about it.
Well, yeah. Wait,
yes.
To be fair, I didn't even get told about it until a couple of months down the line when we met up with Nicky T, and he was like, "Someone came and complained and told me you were shooting an."
Well, you see now,
no,
Chan, that's not getting pulled.
Dex actually the marshal.
Oh, you was, yeah. But
Dex is the only one who. Dex is the only one who's against fast-firing mechs, but he's the only one who's been pulled for fire.
That's the thing. I'm not against fast-firing mechs. I'm against things that make it incredibly easy to have a fast-firing mech.
I think people are thinking that these things are some sort of super cure
magic
things that make everybody have magical gun handling skills. That's just not the. If you put that in the hands of somebody with a fast twitch muscle response that up to scratch, they're not going to be able to shoot it fast.
Yeah.
Unless you can shoot fast before, that's not going to help you.
Well, I don't agree completely.
The way I look at it is complete pleb in a Formula One car and race them against someone like Lewis Hamilton or Vettel.
Yeah,
Vettel and Hamilton in a hot patch are still going to be up than a pleb in a Formula One car.
Yeah, but the problem is the way I kind of see that
is having the talent to.
The way I kind of see it though is that yeah, go on. Go on.
For me, it's not. Yeah, for me, it's not so much like wanting to be able to have super light triggers fire super quickly. It's more. I've gotten myself a bang switch and a fang trigger, and that's finally been posted in the States, purely because I prefer more of a my finger isn't moving. But
yeah,
annoying thing for me is I'd have loved to have grabbed the Deadly Wind. It's like $89. I think it's the retail. I'd have loved to have picked one of them up, but they got announced day after I finally managed to get hold of a fang.
Well, you can still use the fang trigger with the Deadly Wind.
Yeah, but the £60, including shipping and import, bangs is now kind of wasted if I do that.
You see,
you know,
unless I just send it to Chad so you can copy it and send it on.
you not think it's just going to be like a lot of the adrenaline that was sold? That guy had ridiculously fast fingers, so everybody went out and bought all the kit for the CBO to realise the guy who can fire the gun fast. They just can't match what he did.
Well,
yeah, that's the thing. It only needs one person to be seen firing one of them stupidly fast, and everyone's gonna. Well, most people are going to assume that if he can do it, I can do it. The fact that the guy could do it on a normal CVO or on a normal email. Whereas
I think with the bang
people
switch,
can't.
that was more down to dropping the length of the pull and that the force needed to pull each shot was kind of the same. But with the Deadly Wind, seemingly
it's a much gentler pull.
Strength you need.
Yeah, it's a much shorter and a much softer pull.
But for speed, I would have said it's the softness that's giving you the advantage there.
yes, yeah.
Shortening the stroke of a trigger doesn't necessarily equate to fast firing. If you're used to quite a long pull trigger, you should be able to fire it pretty quickly.
So basically, it's a soft short stroke for the win.
Well, not necessarily. If you can manipulate your finger, most I can't.
Chance just glazed over that one completely.
Yes. No, I tried to ignore it and keep
be professional.
A little bit highbrow, but no,
you can't be professional. You can't be highbrow and professional on this, are we?
Yeah, but basically, unless you've got a fast twitch muscle response that will work with a short stroke trigger pull, having the shortest trigger pull in the world is no use.
That's true.
If you can't move your finger a mil back and a mil forward a split second.
The thing is, though, having a really short, well, I suppose having a short trigger pull that is still as strong as the larger trigger pull, you can walk a single trigger frame. Now, as long as you can pull that trigger the same speed with both fingers, then you could potentially increase your rate of fire with a shorter trigger pull over firing with one finger. I do agree that yes, it is correct. It's the having a soft trigger pull that is going to make it easier to fire. But I think both are going to help. But I think that's the big part of it is that it's all of these things they go to. Now, if we use Colin's analogy of like putting somebody that doesn't know what they're doing into a Formula 1 car and putting them out against Formula 1 drivers, yes, they are going to lose. But if you put an idiot out on a Formula 1 car against kids in go-karts, he's probably going to win. And I think that's what that's going to be what's going to have a negative effect on some of these events, is that some of these events like the GCC was, yes, there was people that were going to be playing at the high end, but a lot of those guys were guys that were playing years and years ago. There were people that were wanting to bring their kids into it and stuff, and that were relying on the fact that in a way it was going to be a more tactical game because you weren't just going to be caning paint downfield. Now, if you're putting things in place that are going to make it easier to have a fast firing marker, then you're going to have everyone going out with fast-firing markers, and then it's not going to be as much of a...
Yeah, but the fast won't be fast firing for everybody because it's the player, not the actual equipment.
Yeah.
And those old school players have had years, like some of them 20+ years, of practice shooting mech cockers and mech mags and
the thing
all
is,
that side of things.
a lot of those players have had 20 years out of the game.
The people are going to... Yeah, but the people who are going for the newer style of markers, and to coin a phrase by another person, the space mechs, as they've been. The people who are going for those sorts of markers are the younger players, or not so much younger, but the newer players to that style of play, who haven't got 20 years experience of shooting a mech cocker or a mech mag or any other kind of mech. The people who are used to, their first gun was an Ego or a Geo or something like that. They've gone from a full day with either a Titman 98 or an Inf, and gone out and bought an Ego or an E-Tech or something like that. So they've played proper paintball with a mechanical marker. They've only ever played anything like a walk-on or more with an electro gun, and that's the only way they know how to play. And they can only shoot an electro fast. They aren't going to be able to just go, oh well, I can just shoot this mech as fast as I can me electro.
You know what the thing is though? We're going
Cannon.
on about these fast-firing mechs. So what? If you go by the ECPLs, obviously things, it's no like single trigger frames with that jazz. At the minute, just looking at the EMAX, what we've been basically talking about, and there's only, as far as I'm aware, 3 people in the UK that have bang switches, which I think is myself, John Guest, and Dave Mandy Wright. Apart from that, unless or modern combat sports, whatever name they're going under, unless as a Deadly Wind stockist, they stock, unless you wanted to pay like the $90 plus shipping, plus the import, there's not going to be many of them about, to be fair.
True, but of course, over time that will increase.
In the States, there will be loads.
Yes. Yeah.
Guaranteed there will be loads in the States because Deadly Wind's everywhere. I can't understand why Deadly Wind aren't everywhere over here, to be honest.
I'm trying to find Deadly Wind barrels again, and I wish I never sold the 5 I had, because they're like rocking like hen's teeth for some reason.
Gassy brought up a pretty good point there. Did anyone who played for the JCC think I ain't shooting fast enough? I bet they didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Too fast.
Yes, that was it. I didn't. Well, I mean, obviously, some people must have thought other people were shooting too fast, because we all know that there was complaints. But for the most part, I think the vast majority. Oh, sorry, what was that about?
I wasn't thinking shit. I'm not fast. I'm not shooting fast enough. I was just in a bog standard AMEC. Yeah,
that was it. So it's like there is these things that are being brought out with the intent of making it so your marker can fire faster. And I suppose my opinion is that we don't really need them. And I think that if these do go, and now I agree that there is some of these modifications aren't going to make it easy. They're not going to make it so you can just pick up an AMAC and rattle off 15 balls a second consistently. Some of the mods aren't. Some of them are going to make it easier to do that. So I think it's just going to be a case of we will find that there will be more people doing it.
It's easier to shoot fast.
There will be more people that will do it, and of course, once you have the capacity to do that, I mean, you try fanning a trigger, you can't fan a trigger for an extended period of time consistently. You know, you get a quick burst, and that's it. You know, you get enough to turn people's heads. Now, you what's that? Sorry, John?
I look at it as how.
But
yeah, we all know that Ben likes to shoot stupidly loud.
Yes, but
with stupidly short barrel.
Yeah.
Talking about the man who has a fluted bloody blunderbuss.
Yeah.
True.
So, are you going to use that at GCC this year?
I could
I think
do. That'd be hilarious.
No.
There's a bit of traffic going on my barrel yet.
Albert, it's just to make a massive giant 6 and a bit foot distractions while we go.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
I will turn myself into the target because they just want it to damn shut up.
What were we like? Oh, we had all these. Oh, we'll do this. We'll do that. And then when we actually got there, and we're like, hang on a minute, we're actually playing better than what we were.
yes.
And we all like, there was none of this daft. We were going to do daft charges and all sorts, and it all went out the window.
Yeah. That was it. I mean, we went to the GCC expecting that we were effectively going to have our asses handed to her, and we ended up being in the middle div and doing okay. Like, okay, but yeah, I mean, me and Albert were talking about taking our pumps out, and I think, did Gav end up taking a pump out for like his last game?
And that was only because his cocker went down.
Yeah.
He was in the only spare mech.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I suppose what I don't want to see things like the GCC or the ECPL, sorry, or the ICC. I don't want to see them become like Tony Ball in like the late 2000s, or sorry, the mid to late 2000s, where it was fire as fast as you possibly can.
No one wants. Yeah, no one wants it to turn into.
I'm just worried that if guns are too easy to fire, that will be what happens. I mean, we all love going out and just blasting paint down range. Sometimes it feels good. It feels good to just be able to sit on a trigger and just go. Brrr. That feels amazing. It feels great. It makes you feel powerful.
What noise does it make, Dex?
Hey, I could have gone pew pew pew, but that wouldn't have had the same effect, would it? But
Yes, mate. I don't think we're going to.
According to Albert, my pump makes that noise because my pump.
Colin, we've seen your pump make that noise.
The tournament side, I don't think we've got anything to worry about because Nicky T's been head on his shoulders. If it does start to turn into an arms race, there's always some rule or regulation he'll be able to bring out, and he'll be able to stop it.
No force-fed hoppers.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to just plain solve it is to have a rule in that on markers with only a solenoid activation, mech solenoid activation, that the solenoid be standard. Done.
The problem is then if you get somebody that will make an accusation against somebody, and then the marker has to be stripped down to prove it, which is then going to delay an event, which is going to delay a game.
That guy with the CBO, sorry.
Yeah.
They made him strip his entire gun.
Yeah, because they were adamant it was modified, like, illegally or something. Yeah.
Yes, it was modified illegally by putting a battery in it.
End of the
Or
day,
it was hiding the battery somewhere.
Yeah.
End of the day, I think it's going to sell more guns, but actual people won't have the experience to fire them as fast as what they can see the pros do.
No,
So it's going to make more manufacturers, but I don't think it'll affect the game. Not madly. Not in this country.
Yeah.
There's not that many of us playing paintball to start with.
Yeah. Gassy said the easiest way for the event is for the event to hand out 20 markers at the start gate and collect them after the game.
I suppose, but
It's the easiest way to police it, but it's the easiest way to put people off going as well.
yes, I totally agree with that. Wait, then that's part
If
of the.
people want to use the markers that they've got, they want to have the time to figure out how they want it. They want.
If I wanted to go and play
with their own self.
Yeah. If I wanted to go and play with a marker that was being handed us at the start of a game, I'd go and play a rental day. I would just.
But then you wouldn't because you couldn't afford it.
I'm pretty sure.
To play rental I'm not meaning particularly you. I'm meaning more a case of you wouldn't go and play
Fucking
rental
build
because
that
it's so much
combat
more
deck.
expensive than a walk-on.
Now, I think it's going to sell more guns, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
people are going to then realise. Then people are going to realise that the parts that they bought, yes, might
Actually
be
make them any better.
Yeah, it's the player that has to get better. So I don't think we're going, especially in this country, we don't have a. I don't think we'll have a problem.
The thing is, at the end of the day, doesn't matter how many balls you point, how many balls you shoot, as long, if they're not pointed at the right place.
Yeah, just look at Dave Reed.
What was that?
Well, Albert found that a lot funnier than everybody else.
Albert, be nice.
I
Albert.
said, just think about Dave Brook Reed. Did you hear that the second time?
Can we have that in English?
Gassy says that's what they used to do with circuit boards at one time to store shot stacking. I'm guessing that's to stop shot stacking and stuff like that. Yeah, and he says he's not endorsing the idea of that. It's just pointing it out as a last resort, which hopefully won't come to that. No, I don't think anybody really wants to see we're in a situation where it's like that.
I don't think it will get to that, and I genuinely don't that the likes of this hair trigger and the bang switch and different triggers and all that side of stuff, genuinely don't think that is going to get to the point where it's everybody is shooting too fast and it's turned it back into a normal tournament. Because it's going to be a very small amount of people that are going to be able to shoot those sorts of guns. Yeah. And there's going to be an even smaller amount of those people that are actually taking part in those kind of tournaments.
True.
Yeah,
and there's an even smaller amount of people that are actually going to buy. Because not everybody wants to buy a mech. Not everybody wants to take part in a tournament.
Exactly. They're not going to go into a 10-man tournament, a 10-man mech tournament, with it like thinking it's a bloody tourney game.
Yeah, I mean it's like they out in the States after the Legacy mod came out for the G-Tech that in effect turned the electro frame of the G-Tech into a mech.
Yes.
I still really want to get. I still really want to get hold of one of them and modify the frame so it's single trigger so I can use it, because that single trigger will walk unbelievably.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think it would be hard to do either.
The problem with that channel is you can't do that because it's one of the rulings is it's standard trigger frame. The trigger guard cannot be modified.
Yeah, as in
I know you're trying.
You can't cut it off.
The wording is cannot be modified. I know the intention is that it's so that you can't make it bigger or cut it off or anything like that, but the wording outlaws everything, whether you're trying to make it smaller, bigger, or anything.
Oh wait, I'll just have to mount that into a G mech frame and then put a single hinge trigger in it. Then the frame's not modified.
Yeah. Well.
Yep. There you go. Good.
Fuck you.
That's it. There is always ways and means.
Love. I mean, my was I would still love to get just the have done it because you take
it'd
out
make
the
a
whole
fantastic wreck gun.
Yeah, it'd be great for walk-ons. It'd be great for scenario. Obviously, you can't use it in stuff like the ECPL and stuff like that. But I wouldn't want to use it for that. I just want it as a really quick marker that I put batteries in. I don't have to worry about it getting doused in water or anything like that. It just makes it a rugged, reliable marker that if I need to, I can rattle some paint off.
Yeah, just something fun to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Just something fun to shoot. Yeah, you know what it is. I've got no objection to that.
I mean, I've contacted the guy from Legacy dozens of times to try and get hold of one, with no response whatsoever.
Yeah.
When are you going to have them back in stock? When are your upgrade pins going to be in? When is this? When's that? Is that? And just nothing back at all.
Yeah.
So I think basically because this rule, which is sad that the ruling for the ICF killed one guy's innovation.
You see, now I believe had that not been banned outright, I think everybody would have gone out. Anyone that wanted to play mech tournaments and win would have gone out and bought one of those.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. There'd have been loads. There'd have been everywhere. There'd have been rife, and it would have ruined it. But it's sad that because of that ruling,
yes,
it's killed the guy. Want for a better word, business or ingenuity.
Yeah, it is. That is a shame.
He's now the devil.
Yeah,
because he's made a stupidly fast mech.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like he's made still a great bit of kit, just not for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's wanting to know if anyone knows whether the carnivore sale, he wants a mech one.
Good luck.
That's what I've got.
Yeah.
I've got 2.
I want a pump carnivore.
Wait, one's got a sci-fi board in and one E2.
Why do you need 2 of them, eh? Why do you need 2?
Well, because to be honest, I got the first one because
they're 2 different colours.
Well, yeah, they are 2 different colours. But I got the first one because Rich Robson.
Good enough excuse.
I got the first one because Rich Robson just dropped us a message when I got back saying, "Oh, you're buying a carnival. It's this much. You need to PayPal this guy." And I was
Makes sense.
So ended up.
That sounds very much like Rich Robson.
Yeah. So ended up with that one. Rebuilt that. Had some stuff re-anoded on it and put all the upgrade parts on. And then I think it was maybe a year later, maybe not even a year. I had someone send me a carnival and a carnivore in bits, and we did a deal on the work I did on his actual carnivore. And then the one that was damaged turned out to be a carnivore I had back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
So
that'd be a blue one.
Rebuilt that, and that's the blue one.
Yeah.
I've recognised the serial and the QEVs, which I got off your mate, which was back
Shady.
at Stargate.
Yeah.
Shady, yeah. So now I've got 2, and performance-wise, they're very similar. It's just they've got different balls.
Yeah. It's funny how some things find their way back to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
All cross 2 of anything is better than every time.
True. That is very true. What's the Doomsday Prepper expression?
20 of everything is better than it.
I believe there is a Doomsday.
There's a 0 missing off your bit.
Yeah, definitely there's a 0.
We know how much stuff falls.
There is a Doomsday Prepper expression. 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
What we have we had after a conversation that myself and Paul were having last night. The square plastic pump that he brought last time is coming back, and I am taking it out for a game.
Nice.
Alright,
the Dark Side Uzi. The Dark Side Uzi, the black plastic box with a barrel stuck out the front.
Yeah.
It's been a copy that somebody's 3D printed.
You see, I still reckon.
Was Albert there with the when the?
Wasn't. It was.
Good evening there, Ripper.
Yeah, a Dark Side Uzi that is black square box with an integrated hopper.
You see,
honestly, you could stand at the road and point it at cars coming past and then brake because they think it.
Oh right, yes, I know exactly which one you're on about.
Yeah, he's bringing that along he's bringing that along for me to have a play with, because I was going to take it out last time he was there, but he put his one of his 3 6-packs, and something went wrong and it got stuck to it.
Well, I think you might end up wanting to have a go at the gun that I've just fixed for him.
Ooh.
Enlighten.
Is that one that looks like the target pistol?
Yes, the 92 Nemesis.
With the wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very nice looking thing. That.
It's different. I'll give it that.
Well, I think everything Paul has is different.
Yeah.
That basically perfectly describes everything Paul has in his house.
It's got a weird trigger pull. It's kind of like a 2-stage trigger pull. Like, you take up the slap and then it breaks and fires.
Right.
But yeah, machine the little bit that it repair it. And I'm gonna bring the original. All thickness on it is just next to nothing.
Ghost is asking on a Mech Classic 10-man game. Yeah. Good, but you
I
wouldn't want to.
don't think there's anything that would outlaw it.
Nope. As far as I
No,
understand
even-
it, there is nothing that would stop a Magfed player from playing GCC or anything like that.
I mean,
Apart from
hats
first
off to
round.
him if anyone does do a
Mhm.
10-man Magfed team for one of the classic tournaments. That would be, I would have to doff my hat to anyone who was brave enough to do.
You know what it is? With enough practice, you know, I have seen pistol players be lethal on field, but
Yeah.
those players
Because
are
what
few and far
Your
between.
profile's so small.
Mhm.
Your profile's so small as a
Yeah.
pistol player.
Yeah, there is. You could do it, but it will be hard work.
But you could only take one pistol though, because you're only allowed one marker on field.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't go akimbo.
TMC with a TIPX key mod.
Underslung.
It's the same argument the winner. It's
Could
not.
I could
on the
take a
field.
TIPX? I could take a modified TIPX on with my max load.
Well, have you seen that guy that has actually? He's at the minute he's saying it's a prototype, but he's strapped some circuit boards and stuff at the side of his marker, fiddled around with the insides, and he's got a TPX that's got an E trigger on it.
Yeah, he's copied
I'm
it
not
off someone
sure
else.
how- I'm not sure how that works though. Because he's got
No
like
idea.
a flapper solenoid on the outside.
Well,
That's where the pin is, the firing pin is at the back to set the valve on.
but hell, if it works,
It's the same old argument. The winner. It's not the equipment. It's the player.
yeah.
I dare say if you give like some pro Tony team TPXs and put them on the field against the likes of us, they'd wipe the absolute floor.
Well, I believe something along the lines of that did actually happen.
The Warfighters did the Magfed game,
That was
Magfed
the one.
event. Magfed games at Mayhem. Getting bored and on the Saturday, it's like, yeah, they're absolutely breaking it just because of a case of like, they're not trying to just think tactically, they're just thinking how they, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, they were playing it as tournament paintball, but the hopper was underneath the gun instead of on top.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's
And a lot smaller.
there's a lot of sort of, I would say there's historically been, and I'm saying historically, you know, considering Magfed's only really been a thing for what, like 8 years now, but in that time,
It's always been around in one sort.
Oh yes. I mean, you have from basically from the inception of paintball, you have had some Magfed stuff. But I'm talking about when it like had its massive sort of boom. But there's been this sort of opinion that, you know, that Magfed players they play really tactical and stuff, which a lot of them do because a lot of them want to simulate mill sim sort of stuff. But,
Colin, are we in a tea or something?
No, I just went full moon total eclipse on a Jaffa cake. A full moon to total eclipse on a Jaffa cake in one go.
God, I'll have used
Guys,
if they want-
get a full packet of Jaffa cake.
Well, if they wanted to make them bite-sized, I wouldn't eat them in one go.
I'd love to see a not bite-sized Jaffa cake of what you're giving me, in the size of my head.
Richie, it sounds like Colin is the one that's eating chocolate, and I think Chan may be eating crisps.
No, Chan is.
And no, I am not in the toilet.
To be fair, Albert, you do sound like you're in the toilet.
It is a bit
I
echoey
think
in
I
there.
need to put push the talk back on because I've got a Jolly Rancher we go.
Well, the headset's not charged, so I'm having to use the mic that's on the Mac. And I am in the kitchen, so that's why it'll be a bit echoey.
Yeah.
Why have you got a toilet in your...
I was more going to ask the other question. I was going to ask, why is your kitchen in the toilet?
Right, guys, I'm going to have to go soon,
I'm
so...
not eating chocolate. I'm eating Jaffa cake.
No, you're not allowed to. You've got to stay here.
Hey, I've got a child I've got to put to bed.
One quick thing, going back to Paintball Extravaganza. What are your lot's thoughts on the Quake Barrel? This thing that's come out that's a collaboration between Karma Tech and Planet Eclipse.
I'm not sure if I've seen
I
it.
haven't seen this.
Yes, I quite like the idea of it. If I was playing Magfed and shooting First Strike.
I think it's
a barrel that's specifically designed for the MG100 Magfed marker to shoot First Strike even better than it already does.
Right. So I'm assuming it's spiral, it's rifled or something.
Yeah,
it's an 8.5 inch control bore shaft rifle back that comes with a tip to make it, but it fits standard shaft for fronts.
Right.
So, who's Ripper 348?
That's Rich
Robson.
Yeah, that's Robson.
Yeah, I ain't from Sunderland, you cheeky sod.
Yeah, from south of the Tyne. Anyone south of the Tyne's a Mackham to me.
Southerners, you're all Geordies.
I'm from County Durham and proud of it. I'm a pit yacker, not a bloody Mackham.
Everybody south of the Tyne's a Mackham.
Shut up, you're that far.
I'm sorry, but I'm sure Ben will probably agree with me. You're all Geordies.
Yeah.
No.
Hello, Barker. Thank you very much for dropping in.
And anyone who lives up north and on the east coast is a Geordie to us down here.
Unless you have to go over a wall, then you're a jock.
Colin, was that up north?
Yeah, once you're over up north, yeah.
Colin's just a Yorkshireman with his brains kicked out.
When you get up to north.
Yeah, when you go oop north coast, you're a Geordie, and if you're oop north and on the west coast, you're either a Manc or a Liverpudlian.
Fucking scouse.
Alright, arcade.
I still don't understand why Albert refers to me as a Yorkshireman.
Because you're from south of the Tyne.
Yeah, but I'm further south than Yorkshire. I'm much further south than
Yorkshire.
But
like south of the Tyne, Mackhams, the Yorkshiremen, Southerners, you all just blend into one.
Yeah, but I'm from Nottinghamshire.
Apart from the gingers, they stand out.
Yeah. Gingers don't really belong anywhere apart from like the very north of Scotland.
Dex is north of the wall, so
Yeah.
please, John.
I'm a Reaver. Historically, I'm from Reaver country.
Does that make him as he's definitely ginger? Does that not make him an orange walker?
No.
Well,
Oranges don't grow up
so
yet.
many is the main reason that there's so many ginger jocks is because they've all been drinking too much iron brew?
No, it's because jocks are descent. Well, the original Scottish people were the Picts, which were apparently ginger. So there you go.
So they've not been drinking too much iron brew and it's dyed the hair.
No, iron brew wasn't invented yet. Iron brew was actually made from gingers, people. That's why they've stopped making it recently, because of stupid human rights and stuff.
Colin, did you see it from Nottingham?
Nottingham, sure.
Right, so you walk around with tights on, shooting bows and arrows?
Yeah.
Albert, what's the song? We're men in tights. We rob from the rich to give to the poor. That's right.
Yep. Well, at least it's better than that dodgy Kevin Costner Nottinghamshire accent.
Yeah, that was actually an alright film, apart from the fact that they dodgy accents.
Well, apart from the blooming geographical blooming, they were landed in Dover, then went past the Hadrian's Wall to get to Nottingham.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they got lost.
Apparently, Nottinghamshire's now in Scotland.
Yeah.
There's a lot of films like that.
Yep.
You can tell it was written by an American because they've just gone, oh, that's a British landmark and that's a British landmark. We'll do them on the way there.
British
Yeah.
films have done it as well. You just got to look at Get Carter.
Well, that's just because they have people that go scouting for locations. Anyway, guys, this is like I suppose this is like the 10-minute warning because I do have to go very soon. So yeah, 10-minute warning. I'm gonna shut the stream down by 22.
You need to do it very soon. You need to get on the low.
No, I've got to put the bed to bed.
You said I've got to very soon, so I didn't know what you're gonna do very soon.
I've got to go very soon.
Well, a quick one to mention while we were on the subject of the MG100, which
Yes.
seems to be our favourite thing to talk about
No.
every time we see. They also Extravaganza released the new mics for it.
Guys, one at a time.
Yeah, they released the new 20-round straight feed mags.
Yeah.
Continuous feed mags for the MG100.
I think that's going to make a lot of
rather excited about.
Yeah, that's going to make a lot of MagFed players very, very happy. I do think, because it has. It's obviously it's been like 2 months since we last streamed. Now, you can probably remember, like I think it was me and Chan had the argument with some MagFed players about the MG100 and about they were saying that they were happy with the way that they with their markers, and their markers shot perfectly fine, and there was no need for anything better because theirs were brilliant markers as they were. And we're getting to this point now, a few months down the line, and everyone in the MagFed community seems to be going mental for the MG100, and they're talking about how good it shoots and how it's better than everything else beforehand and stuff.
Yeah.
It's we told you.
I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that they were been shooting SAR 12 at the first strike snipe, and they've now moved over to MG100s to do the same thing because it's just as accurate.
Yes.
But if they want to, they can lay down a bit more fire.
Yeah.
Do you not remember? It was a few years ago at PBE where people think that, people were saying, thinking that Planet Eclipse were going to come out and make a MagFed marker and basically trial everyone, and people were like, no, it won't happen, it won't happen.
Yep.
And now the MG100's out, and it's doing just that.
Yep. I'm sure I can actually remember when MagFed first kind of kicked off, Lead Scone, or it was somebody from Eclipse Scone, we will never make a magfed marker, and now they've got the possibly the most popular magfed marker on the market, at least at this point. Which is why I still hold hope that they're actually going to make another autococker.
I genuinely don't think they will make another autococker. But
don't smash my dreams yet, Colin. Come on.
That said, there's nothing to stop because they are working very closely with Inception now.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to say that they're not going to work with Inception to make a new E-frame.
Yeah.
With an Inception frame with their electronics in it.
Well, you know, Jack Woods put up that troll post where it was the things to work on, E-Blade 3 and the level 2. Yeah, that was it, the E3 frame. It's like, how much of a troll would it be? Because everyone focused on the level 2. How much would it be of a troll would it be for them to not release the level 2, but to release the E3? Because people didn't focus on the E3, and it would be a massive troll for to go. We're told you that we're going to release the E3.
It put the LV2, and then they've released the LV 1.6.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of
there wasn't
something in
particularly anything wrong with the LV1 and the 1.1 other than the solenoid.
But Chad, was there anything wrong with the Ego 5?
Between the LV1 and 1.1 to the 1.5 was just volume.
This is
the volume of the valve are the biggest change. What the difference between the 1.5 and the 1.6 is.
Sorry to go totally off conversation, but while you're here, Colin, I've had a question of somebody. Is the CZ walk on bring your own paint?
There is a bring your own. It's 20. Bring your own.
Or 40 with a box, isn't it?
It's 45 or 50, depending on which paint grade you go for. Higher grade paint than they would normally have in for. It's not the standard sort of normal paint that they're bringing in. They're bringing in slightly higher grade paint.
Gee, it's for Chris. Can any chance you send Facebook, isn't it, on their walk-on page? He just sent me a text. And talk up, Manfred.
Yeah, and we've got the new Geo 4 as well coming out as well. So Planet have been very busy for the paintball extra.
I think there's a lot of people have been very busy for it. I think, you know, we mentioned it earlier on, but that first rate pistol, I think that's been a fantastic drop for Extravaganza. I mean, that seems to obviously you've got a lot of first rate fanboys, but that seems to have got like a lot of people very, very excited, and I can't deny that.
Yeah.
I mean, that includes me.
People like the unusual. It's whether they're willing to put the money on it.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is.
That's
the HDR.
That's the difference.
The video that I made about the HDR 50 is one of my most viewed videos on my channel because it's not something that everyone had seen at the time. Obviously, there is more people have seen them now.
The thing is, like, stuff like that people when they get like PE and stuff.
What was that? Sorry, Colin.
Like that. When stuff like that Roscoe revolver gets announced, it gets a lot of attention because it's so different from everything else that's been released. But interest doesn't necessarily translate into sale.
True, but I think there will be a lot of people who will buy that revolver because for one, it's first rate, so you're gonna have all the first rate fanboys are gonna buy it. Two, it fires first rate 50 cal rounds.
And it's still a riff.
Yeah, yes, it is still a riff. Which, you know, Ben, if you actually want to come back on at some point and we can talk about the whole sort of riff discussion, which would be interesting if we can maybe see if we can get some other other people on.
That's the barrel of worms that needs to stay shut because there's no point talking about it because the people it will affect, retailers, won't do nothing about it until something bad happens.
Yeah. Well, this is it. That's eventually it's going to happen. But I mean,
But on that note, I'll play with Laurie. Yeah, that doesn't cover paintball. It's not a recognised pastime.
Yes. You see, now, I think the only one of us that does actually have reasonable defence for having the rifts, although Colin, you possibly have got it, because you play airsoft, so you probably got your UKRA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's Colin and Chan has defence as well. As I understand it, because Chan has defence because of being a cosplayer, I believe. Are you still there, Chan?
Only for certain ones.
To own riffs, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like out of what the 5 of us that are currently in the chat, only 2 of us would actually have reasonable defence to own riffs.
3.
Well, you got it. You got it as well, Ben.
You can own as many as you want.
Ah, yeah, it's the buying and selling and all that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, if your car was only there. But then my defence was obviously because I've done TV and film stuff, thanks to luckily through war.
Yeah.
So mine can be in a case of prop, which luckily can cover everything.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is stupid because you can go out and anybody could buy a deactivated real firearm with no license required. And you're not going to get any more imitation than the real thing.
A actual firearm that's deactivated is not an imitation.
Yeah, but if you waving a deactivated rifle round, you're not going to.
I've lost you there, guys.
Okay.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye.
What's going on?
Colin, the pro shot skirmish, what great.
Skirmish.
Oh,
3-star equivalent. It has.
No problem. I say just Chris is asking.
Since I didn't see him go, I'll see you later, Ben. Like, literally is all cut out for me when Ben must have been saying bye.
Dear.
Right. So, we've got to wrap this up in like 3 minutes before I've got to wrap this up. So, can I just say, anyone that is interested in any of the merchandise that I am currently creating, up until midnight on the 21st, so that is midnight on Friday, if you use the discount code merch, which is M3RCH, you will get 10% off on any of the products that are currently listed on my Teespring store. So there you go.
Ooh.
Yes.
10% off.
Yes, 10% off. Ooh. So I believe on the t-shirt that on the t-shirts that I posted up last night, you should be able to get about £1.20 off them or something. So yeah,
my t-shirts are so cheap that I can't offer discount because I'd be selling them at a loss.
Well, you see, the t-shirts that I'm posting, apparently, well, it was just Teespring have said he has a coupon code for you, or a discount code for you to use for anyone that wants to buy his stuff. So it doesn't actually affect my cut of the t-shirts at all. It is out of Teespring's side of things. So Teespring is obviously making money off of me as well. Yes, and as Richie Wong says, somebody buy one of my damn t-shirts.
Someone buy one of mine. I've got a stash of them that I need to sell.
Well, Colin, if anybody wants to buy one of Colin's Pump Fury t-shirts, is it still the Pump Fury t-shirts?
Yes, still from
Yes.
Fury t-shirts. I can have them with me at Combat Zone if anyone wants to miss the postage.
Yep, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody wants to buy one of Colin's Pump Fury t-shirts, which are pretty awesome, I have one myself. You can either pick them up from on at the combat zone walk-on if he's not going to be in the area, or you can contact him through the link in the description to his Pump Fury page, and you can pick one up there. However, I am personally of the opinion that I think Colin needs to stick them up on Teespring himself, and then he can sell them around the world with minimal effort.
I do. I know I do, but I want to get rid of
the ones that you have first, yeah.
Because believe it or not, I don't fit in size.
Yeah, there's only so many you can wear as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, an adult size small is going to be a while before my lad's in it.
I don't know, like, he has got your DNA.
True. I mean, he is only 6 months. Well, it's just coming up 7 months old, and he's in 9 to 12-month clothes because it doesn't fit lengthwise, and his feet don't fit in baby.
You know what it is? My lassie, she's not even. Well, she's like a month and a half old, and she's not even into her new. Well, she's only just starting to wear her newborn stuff now.
What does she weigh now?
She's £7.13.
How many pounds? 13?
7.13.
7. Oh, gold.
She's long, but she's not tubby.
Yep. My lad is exactly the same.
Yep.
But his feet are huge.
Aye. Yeah, she seems to have really big feet as well. Strange.
Dexter.
Yep.
Are you planning at all this year to be playing any of the 10-man?
At this point, Albert, I have no idea. I would absolutely love to, but I really don't know if I can make it out. I don't even know how much I'm going to get to play this year at all. Speed is the only game at the minute that I have any plans on attending. Because
I don't know.
Shame
you couldn't have made it a weekend away for you and your lass coming down this week.
No money, mate. No money.
Yeah, it's a shame that, because I think Speed weekend's the only weekend I'm not going to be able to make.
Aye. It's a shame, man. Yeah.
Albert's taxi for everyone for every other event.
Yeah. Aye. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to have to go because we are now past the cut-off point of the show. So, it has been a pleasure to talk to you again tonight. I've really enjoyed actually getting back into the habit of streaming. Colin, 2 minutes! Leave the Jaffa Cakes alone for 2 minutes! Right, so,
Colin again.
Anyway, guys, so yes, it has been a pleasure to talk to everyone tonight. Thank you very much for tuning into the Technical Problem broadcast. It is, as always, a pleasure. Would you guys like to say anything else?
Love you, bye.
Please buy some shirts. Please buy some shirts.
Yes, please buy some shirts. Just, I need money for paintball. But yeah, thanks guys for watching.
Yeah,
It has been, like I said, it has been a pleasure as always. My name is Dexter. Thank you very much for watching. I've been joined by Ben, Colin, Albert, and Chan tonight. So thank you very much for being with us, guys. And I suppose.
And Colin.
I said Colin.
You did?
Did I?
Said Ben, Albert.
I thought I said Colin. Well,
yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm not important.
So if I missed Colin, I am very sorry. So in that case, I've been joined by Ben, Albert, Colin, and Chan. Thank you very much.
Why am I last?
What? Wait.
Why am I last?
Because you're the youngest, you're not as important. B.
God, you know.
So,
Anyway, right. So anyway, look. Yeah, this is about how many times have I said this now? Thanks very much for watching, guys. I suppose I will catch us all later. We'll see you next week. And I suppose love yous bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you bye. Love you bye.
Love you, bye.